Oh, what a mess.
Welcome back to our virtual reality shopping guide. To my immediate left is Kevin Carbotte. Kevin is one of the top virtual reality writers for Tom's Hardware, tomshardware.com. They are one of the top technology online publications in the world. Very proud to work with them. Welcome to the program, Kevin.
Thanks for having me.
So, Kevin, the reason I brought you here is when it comes to mobile virtual reality, you know it all. I mean, you know the devices, you know what's out there, and I was hoping we could highlight some of the devices that consumers can buy today. What's available, what runs on them, how much do they cost? So
Sure.
let's just highlight a couple. First, Samsung's GearVR. What can you tell us about it?
Okay, so Samsung's GearVR was what I like to call the first premium mobile VR headset. It works for the S6 and S7 lineup of Galaxy phones, and for the S6, it works with the Note phone, or I guess it would be the Note 5 because they didn't do a 6. But obviously, with the Note 7's problems, that one doesn't. You don't want that on your face.
So let's actually, Kevin, if I may, you have a GearVR there as well, I think, right?
I do, yeah.
So
right here.
So clear. It's a head-mounted display. You put it on your face, and as I understand, a smartphone goes inside of it. Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I guess I got ahead of myself there. The S6. I've got my S7 phone right here, and it just slots into the headset. There's a USB port. It slots in. It's kind of hard to see on the webcam. Sorry. And then it just pops in there, and that actually will launch an application called Oculus Home, and it will let you launch a bunch of different VR applications from there, like videos and games and other passive experiences and that sort of thing.
It's really exciting stuff because when this product was released, it was expected that it wouldn't really be that good. I mean, it's just a smartphone in front of your face. Like, how good could it be? But actually, it impressed a lot of people. I mean, what are your thoughts on it?
I've had mine for a year now, or just shy of a year, and it's a great little product. It's good for travel, and like if a lot of people use it on the plane. You can watch a movie on the plane and be completely isolated if you don't like being in the cabin of a plane. If you're uncomfortable with that, you can kind of just move and be in another place, and it surprisingly works really well. And just for even gaming, it's a really good thing that you can take with you. If you like gaming and you're mobile and you're moving around a lot, you don't have time to sit in your living room and play with your console or play on a PC. It's a great little mobile device to be able to haul around, and it works surprisingly well, and it's very easy to use. And for a first kick at consumer VR, Oculus did really well. They have over 1 million people. Sorry, I just pulled my phone out. They have over 1 million people using the GearVR every month, so it's a pretty common thing, which means that there's a lot of app support. So developers are making stuff all the time, and every week they have new releases, so there's always new content to try out. So it's one of the VR platforms that has the most content to experience right now.
All right, good stuff. Now, that GearVR or Samsung is one player in the mobile market. Let's talk about another player named Google. Okay,
yeah.
I understand Google's got some new products. Can you talk about them?
You betcha, yeah. So Google just launched theirs. In fact, it's only been available for a few days now. November 10th was the launch day. It's called the Daydream. Their headset is the Daydream View, which is this thing. I'll put it next to the GearVR so you can kind of tell. Whoops. Let me put the cover on so it makes more sense instead of looking through lenses. Okay, Sorry about that.
That's
all
right.
right. So the Daydream, you can tell, is actually quite a bit smaller than the GearVR. There we go. That's a better shot. And it's actually a lot lighter, despite the fact that the GearVR is already very light. This thing is feather light. Like I haven't actually weighed it, but I would guess it's under 3 pounds. It's really light. And it's made of fabric. It's really soft. It's actually flexible. And so it conforms to your face. It has a removable cushion, which is actually washable. So that's nice. The GearVR also has a removable cushion, but it's not easily washed. This thing also has, right in here, this is a controller. And it's actually a tracked controller. So it lets you do little gestures, like you can move your hand and you can use it as a pointer. It's kind of like a laser pointer, which opens up a lot of different experiences that you can't do on the GearVR. Like, for example, there's a game that ties in with the Harry Potter series, the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them movie that's coming out right away. Mm-hmm. They released a tie-in experience, and you get to wave a magic wand and basically try to hunt down these monsters with it, which is a game you can't do if you don't have a tracked controller. So it gives you a couple of different options of what you can do, and this one's actually a little bit cheaper than the GearVR as far as the headset goes. It's in Canada. It's about $20 or $30 cheaper. Yeah, $30 cheaper than the GearVR, but it only works with a Pixel, which is Google's new phone. The Google Pixel. This is a Pixel XL, which is their larger one. There's the Pixel as well, which is the regular sized one, slightly smaller screen. Currently, it only works with the Google Pixel. That said, Google has opened up the Daydream platform for any Android developer to make a Pixel or a Daydream compatible phone. So in the coming year, we're going to see a lot more devices that come out that are going to be compatible with the Daydream Viewer. But right now, it's just with the Google Pixel. So unless you have one of these phones, which just came out not even a month ago, so it's only viable for the cutting edge person that has the latest tech. But next year, this is going to be a much more popular device because there's going to be, I mean, everyone can make one. So anyone that's making an Android phone can make a Daydream Viewer as long as they follow the specs, and any phone will work in Google's Viewer as well. Any Daydream ready phone, which are coming next year.
All right, good stuff. Now, I want to highlight, I discussed it earlier in the shopping guide. There's different types of tracking. Okay, we've got what we call orientational tracking, where we're just tracking the head movements, and then we've got positional tracking, where we really pick up every nuance of how our body's positioned, and it really makes for a very rich experience in virtual reality. So just to set the expectations for mobile virtual reality on GearVR and Pixel/Daydream VR, what type of tracking are they using?
So right now there is no way to do the room scale tracking that allows you, the spatial tracking allows you to move around. It only has the orientational tracking in both of these units, and that goes the same for the controller with the Google Daydream. The controller has orientational tracking. It doesn't have spatial tracking, which means that you can't reach out and grab something, but from where your hand is, you can point at it. It's a little bit weird because when you kind of wave your hand around, or if you drop your arm a few inches, the controller's point doesn't move because it doesn't know where it is except for the initial calibration point. So it's just orientational. That said, mobile is definitely moving towards spatial tracking, and there's going to be solutions coming out that will either upgrade your existing unit, or new units will come out next year with spatial tracking for mobile.
All right, so we've still exciting times ahead. So so just to finish up on the mobile side, and there are of course other mobile solutions. We just want to highlight some items that are easily available on the Daydream Viewer. right now. And so Samsung's GearVR, pricing-wise, we researched this. So in the U.S., it's just about $100 or $99 U.S.
That's right.
Canadian, it's $130. But again, you have to have the right phone. So you need to have the appropriate Samsung phones, which Kevin spoke to earlier. And then the Pixel is Daydream VR combination. So the Daydream VR headset, currently it's 99 Canadian, 79 US. That sounds about right, yeah?
That's right, yeah. And it comes with a controller at that price.
Which in my opinion is an excellent deal. And then on top of this, you've got the Pixel phone. And the Pixel phone, the base model, if memory serves, it's not just memory, I wrote it down, 899 Canadian. And in US funds, it's 649 US. Keep in mind, there could be sales. I mean, we're just talking about the base pricing, what's out there today. I mean, look at the pricing when you're doing your shopping. The pricing could grow even better after this point. So that's
most
amazing
people
stuff.
are buying their phone on contract, so with a contract, you're probably looking at closer to a $200 price point for a Pixel.
And there are other solutions. So when you go to, let's say, if you go to a Best Buy or you go to a retailer, there should be other virtual reality solutions. I want to bring it up. Immersion-VRelia, they've got a Go head-mounted display for mobile. There's all kinds of solutions that are worth researching. We're just highlighting the ones that are readily available and easy to access. So,
and I would like to point out that including the Go, which is a little bit nicer than some of the other ones, you'll see a lot of cheaper VR devices on the shelf that don't offer what these ones offer. They don't have the content. They don't have the backing from a big company that's going to help developers produce content for them. They don't even have an ecosystem in most cases, and a lot of them actually piggyback off of Google's cheaper product, which is Google Cardboard. So these two that we just talked about, the GearVR and the Daydream, are kind of in a premium class for mobile, even though that they're still a very affordable price.
We should highlight, you brought up Cardboard, very important thing. With the Daydream VR, okay, even though it's a Google product, does it support their Google Cardboard library?
It does not support the Google Cardboard library unless I did something wrong in my testing. I tried it several times. I was unable to get Google Cardboard applications to launch with the Daydream Viewer. The Daydream Viewer actually, when you put your phone down inside it, it initiates the software immediately. So even if you have a Cardboard app running, it launches Daydream over top of that. So really you're just draining resources by trying to run Cardboard. It doesn't actually work properly with the Daydream Viewer. Cardboard is available for $10 or $20, so it's easy to get one if you want to try the content that they have, but it's not going to work with your higher end headset.
Okay, good stuff.